Nvidia has risen almost 200% just this year, and it's been responsible for about a quarter of the S&P 500's total gains. So how will the company's earnings impact the broader market? Joining us now to discuss, we've got Tom Essaye. He is the Sevens Report founder and president. Tom, it's great to have you on this morning. Talk to me about the single biggest thing that you are going to be watching out for heading into this print this week.
Good morning, guys. Thank you so much for having me on. With Nvidia, we can all expect them to produce sort of, I think, mind-blowing earnings. But really what the market is focused on is that growth rate. So the earnings beats for Nvidia have been getting smaller in each successive quarter. So they're still beating the number, but they're beating it by less and less and less. And if that continues to decline, if we get, say, a small single-digit earnings beat on the report this week, I think the market will be a bit disappointed by that. And it's all about the guidance. How enthusiastic and how aggressive are they on the guidance? It's all, it's a growth story here. We all know it. It's the future. It's the next big thing. They've got to keep us excited about it via this earnings print.
Tom, when you think about the visibility that people want to hear and investors want to hear from NVIDIA leadership about what they're seeing in their own business-to-business contracts, the relationships that are going to bring them some of these larger purchase orders, and then their ability to work through some of that backlog as well. What do you need to hear to signal that there are several quarters more worth of purchase orders that still have yet to be unlocked?
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. It's all about that just sort of enormous demand, right? Really what investors want to see out of this is that this demand for AI computing power sort of spreading across industries, right? We're going to have the major cloud companies are going to be the largest purchasers, your Microsoft, things like that. But the bigger issue is do they see any slowdown from their user end base, right? Because for AI to be the story that we all, I think, believe and hope it will be, it's got to spread through the economy to where we have companies using it that you wouldn't think are traditional sort of tech-heavy users. It's early in this sort of evolution to see that fully, but we can get hints of it through the demand picture from NVIDIA, and I think that's another thing that investors will be looking for this week.
How much is the rest of the market really relying on NVIDIA here? I saw a stat this morning that Mag 7, the S&P 500's profit growth, is still hitting at about 2%. Does this market need an NVIDIA win in order to get some of the S&P price targets that we've seen come out here over the weekend?
Yes. Now, look, NVIDIA is not the full market driver that it was, say, earlier in the summer when it was sort of driving the bus, as we say. There's other things going on in the market. But right now, we didn't trade very well last week, and we've given back most of these post-election gains. And we're sort of, there's some Trumpian chaos is sort of descending on the market a little bit like it does from time to time. Investors want something to get excited about, right? It's close to the year end. Everybody wants the rally to continue. A good NVIDIA print with strong demand, strong guidance would really give a nice positive, and I think would reinvigorate a rally.
I mean, what we were talking about earlier, Tom, a 200% run-up that we've seen just 2024. I mean, is NVIDIA still the name that investors should be getting the most excited about, or are there other areas within the market that perhaps have more growth opportunity that investors can unlock better returns?
I think NVIDIA is still the 800-pound gorilla in the AI space. They're the first mover. They have a huge advantage. Sure, everybody else is trying to build chips, but they're the first mover, right? They seem to have this market. So I think that's the bellwether. As they go, AI sentiment goes, and to a point, tech goes as well.
Tom, let's talk about what's driving the stock down this morning. It's off just nearly down 2% ahead of the market open here. NVIDIA asking suppliers to change their server racks to accommodate for the Blackwell chips that are overheating here. They haven't said that would cause a delay in the Blackwell chip announcement. What do you make of the pressure on the stock heading into earnings? Does that set NVIDIA up better for a pop, or could this news actually be bad news for NVIDIA?
So I think some of it is sort of just pre-earnings selling, right? I mean, we always kind of see this, especially on very well-performing stocks. You see people kind of taking some money off the table into the uncertainty around the print. I think what you're seeing with some of the overheating is, at the end of the day, the stock is still very much priced for perfection, right? And I mean, we can quibble about, okay, maybe it's not on the high ticks or whatever. But look, as you said, this huge gain in 2024, the market is pricing it for perfection. It is not priced for some sort of a production oops, right? And that's going to be kind of the challenge for Nvidia. Yeah, the market is demanding very strong guidance, but they have to fulfill on the back end too, right? And the longer this sort of AI progression occurs, the more people are going to sort of shift their view and say, look, Nvidia has to execute on their manufacturing as well. So look, they've got a tough sort of tightrope to walk, but they've done it successfully so far. I think they can do it again.
Tom Essaye, founder and president of the Sevens Report. Tom, good to speak with you here pre-market. Appreciate it.
Thank you.